Hi guys, so today we're having a look at a couple of products from the I Heart Revolution Heartbreakers collection. This came out just before Valentine's Day. I'm hoping it's not just a limited edition one. I'm hoping these products stick around for a while because they're really cute. So, what have I bought? I have bought two of the eyeshadow palettes. I've got the shade Lucky and Mystical. Now these are £5 each, and I think there's 6 different ones. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I've just got the Superdrug website up. Yeah, so there's 6. So there's also like a kind of orangey one called Courage, a blue one called Daydream, kind of naturally one called Majestic, and a more rose toned one called Sweetheart. And then I also bought the concealer, which I've put down somewhere. So the concealer is £6. How many shades of this do we have? It was actually not too bad. Yeah, for some reason Superdrug was the best website for looking at this. So there's 15 shades, which is okay. You know, it's not the best, but they did have a really wide range. One that almost looked too pale for me, right up to ones that are, you know, that deep. Sorry. So yeah, so £6 and you get 12 millilitres. There is also some highlighters. I got one called Unique. These are £6 as well. They're absolutely beautiful. They had blusher in the same kind of design, you know, with the split heart two-tone. Just didn't want any of them, and I need to draw the line somewhere. But there's various shades of those as well. Like, let me see. Yeah, so... Oh god, actually there's just too many to kind of count. They're split up because there's matte blushes, there's shimmer brushes, and there's highlighters. So there was like more goldy toned highlighters, which were just not my cup of tea. And yeah, so anyway, you can see them all on the Revolution site, which I will link down below. So I'm really excited to try these out. What I wanted to say as well was, when I saw these guys, one of the first things that came to mind was these guys. They are smaller, you know, in the packaging. I think the eyeshadows are smaller as well. So 9 times 0.01 ounces. These don't have the weights on them. Okay, 9 times 0.04 ounces, yeah. So you are getting 4 times as much shadow in the Colourpop ones. And I don't think they're 4 times the price. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to pull them out and have a wee look. Particularly this green palette, Lucky. I love a good green palette. I wanted the Huda one, and then I decided that the Colourpop one was prettier. And then I still bought this one. So the colour stories aren't really that similar. It was just the kind of concept that kind of made me think about it. So, yeah. So, oops. So a couple of shades that look relatively similar, but they're almost like opposite finishes, the ones that are similar. You know, so like we've got the limey green there, it's more yellow and it's matte in the I Heart Revolution one. So, yeah. So if you were thinking it's a dupe, sadly not. It's just another nice green palette with some unusual looking shades in it. And then we've got the purple one, which might have a few more similar shades. Let me double check. So yeah, so this is a little bit more, you know, these two look the same, these two look pretty similar. But there's also enough colours that are definitely different in it. So yeah, it's really only 2 of them. There's much overlap colour-wise. So, you know, if you've got one, you can buy the other. It's not a dupe. You're not like just doubling up on your collection. So if you saw those and were interested in them and were thinking, I've already got Colourpop ones, I shouldn't, they are very different side by side. So I've done my makeup using these products today, and let's see how that went. Right, so I'm going to go in with the purple cat palette called Mystical. I do like green as well, but I'm going to an ice hockey game later and purple is my team's colours. So, you know, the team I support's colours. So that's what we're doing. I've already done my usual cheat that I've primed my eye and I've put on the brow bone colour, because none of these are a brow bone colour for me, unless we went for a really interesting look. So, there's a strip of mattes down the middle, and then everything else is shimmery. So that pretty much limits us, I would say, to this guy being our crease colour, because it is the darkest matte. Maybe a bit of this for transition, and then playing with the rest of them on the lids. So let's get started with that. So like I said, the top one from the middle I'm just going to throw in as a kind of transition shade in the crease. Do these have names? I didn't think they did. No, they've just got numbers. So we're going in with number 2. Delightful thing to start with. Yeah. So I meant this video to be filmed like last weekend. I'm really bad. But I ended up so tired I went to stay at my mum's, which means I didn't have all of this. So yeah. So she loves Flynn, and she's like, you know, come stay. I can take him out on Sunday morning and you can stay in bed. This is going on much darker than I thought it would. This is almost a crease colour in itself. Cool. I slept till 2 o'clock on Sunday, like 2 in the afternoon, and I'm still tired. But anyway, I would love to say that I never got this up on Valentine's Day because I was being swept off my feet. Romance. But the only sweeping off my feet was Flynn getting under them on the stairs and trying to trip me up. So, yeah. So this is performing really nicely, actually. I mean, I'm going in a couple of times, but I tend to do that when I'm doing like a transition shade. I like to start and build it up rather than whack on a huge amount and then go, oh god, that wasn't what I wanted to do. So it's grabbed a little bit on this eye. Okay. Okay, it's grabbed a lot on part of that eye. Do I have a stiffer blending brush? Oh well, it's just a transition shade, so it'll probably get covered up that area anyway, so let's continue. I got this brush in a Birchbox and I just want to try it out. I might just go back to my normal brush, but you know, I'll give this one a shot. It's so clean looking, I just want to like mess it up. So I guess we're going in with shade 5 now, in the very centre of the palette. So if anyone's wondering why there's so many sirens in my video, it's not that I live somewhere like really bad. I just live like a couple of streets away from a fire station and a police station. I used to live near an ambulance service, but that particular ambulance service has went out of business. So, slight reduction in sirens, but still a lot of them. This brush is quite nice. I was worried it was going to be a bit too synthetic-y, but it's doing the job. It's just got a very, very soft angle on it. And like the one that I normally use is like significantly steeper angle, so I was just curious to see how this would work out. So as a crease shade, I'm really liking this actually. Going to build it up a little bit more on this side just to get the depth in, but it is building nicely. Right. Oh, choosing a lid colour, choosing a lid colour, choosing a lid colour. Right, I don't want to go lilac-y. It's not my cup of tea. I don't want to go for pink. I don't want to go for this shade, which is weird. I don't understand that shade. So... I was expecting a bit more shimmer with that guy. Let's try it out anyway. So we're going to play with this one. We might use that other one for a bit of like highlighting. So this is shade 6. Oh, it's going on the eye nicer. Cool. Yeah. So, did you guys have a nice Valentine's Day? Did you do anything nice? I went to the gym and then watched a film with my flatmate and a takeaway. So, it was awesome. We watched Frozen 2 because we were just feeling kind of childish. Oh, I like that a lot. I do like this a lot. Yeah, I'm getting a bit of fallout. Mainly on this eye actually rather than this one, which is strange. Unless it's just because I've been in and out the shadow more times, there's more kind of like loose bits for my brush to grab. Okay, I really like that. I'm just going to try and deepen up the crease a wee tiny bit more because it's, you know, it's just not looking as dark beside that lid colour as I would want it to. Let's see if that grey toned one will deepen things up. No, that didn't really work. But I'll need to do it on the other side now so it's even. And then go back in with the kind of burgundy one from the middle. Okay. So I'm going to leave that like that. Grab a big fluffy powder brush and dust my face. So I'm going to go and throw on my foundation and things, and then we'll come back and have a look at the concealer that they brought out with this. Right, so I'm back to play with the concealers that came out with this palette. I actually bought 2 shades. I'm pretty sure one of them is actually too light for me, which is shocking. But I've got Sesame and Buttermilk, and this is the packaging. It's like cute. Who's Payless? Buttermilk's Payless. We'll try it out just in case. The applicator on this is so weird. They kind of went with the theme, and I'm not sure how practical that's going to turn out to be, because look, it's a little love heart. So, yeah. So it doesn't seem to pick up a lot of product. It just kind of gets a little bit in between the crack of the love heart. Don't know how else to describe it. So this might take a while because of the amount of concealer I like to use. I'd actually almost be tempted to take out, you know, the little stopper bit that's meant to like scrape product off. Almost be tempted to take it off with this. Okay, maybe that is fine, that shade. Cool. Well, I'll use the other one in the summer. I wouldn't say that I tan, like I don't deliberately tan, but if it's sunny, my skin will inevitably be a tiny bit less pale. So look at these weird marks I'm getting when I'm like tracing it. Because you've got the prongs of the heart. I don't know what word to use, guys. It's quite nice for getting in there. That's quite nifty. I guess if you were trying to do really exact concealing on a spot, you can use just the one side and get a wee tiny dot, which is quite good, I guess. I have a lot of spots going on at the moment. Mostly ones that are healing up though, so yay for that. Okay. And yes, I had a few around my mouth, so I just decided to reverse line with it. Quite a good shape for doing that. This smells interesting. Oh, okay. It's got coconut extract in it. That's why. Now, I don't love coconut, so that's why I said it smells interesting rather than, oh, it smells nice. Because it's not the strongest, but it's still definitely, yeah, definitely there. But it looks like a nice coverage. It's blended in nice and easily. We'll just see how it lasts. It says it's got, as well as coconut extract, vitamins C, E, A, B3 and B5. So, you know, I've tried to put some good ingredients in there as well. So, excuse me. If you want to do your timestamp from now, whoops, it is 9:45. I'm going to go and finish up. I'm going to set my face, do my brows, all that jazz. And then I'll be back because I think I want to do a tiny bit extra on the eyes, but we'll see. Right, so I'm back. Slightly disappointing when I set my nose, I feel like the coverage came off. It happens to me sometimes, but I still dislike when it happens. See, just not right there. So we're gonna hopefully try and repair that. See how that goes. I'll just pat some on with this weird coconut scent. Very gently dab it. Powder brush. I think there's still some powder left in the lid. And very gently gonna just lift it off again. That's frustrating. Still get more coverage than I had before, but okay. I'm gonna get more powder out just so that I can be really like barely touching it. Oh, I was just gonna have like too much powder on my brush and just success, success, success. So there was one other product that I picked up from this collection and I was bad and I didn't wait to test it out with you guys. I'd swatched it in a shop, it was too pretty, I wanted to play with it, and it is the highlighter. I mean, it's just pretty. Like, yeah, I've cleaned those swatches off my hands. And look at those. Like, yeah, anyway. So, let's load up on some highlight. I think I want to use the pinky side today. So, I'm just going to load that in. It is big enough that you can use one side and not the other if you want to. So that's good for me. Like that. So there were other shades of this. This was just, you know, the palest one. So that's what I'm going to go for. But isn't that so pretty? And I still want to do a little bit more with my eyes. I think I want to go in with one of the very light shades and just do a little inner corner highlight. Do I have a pencil style brush that's clean? I hope so. Getting clean on my trousers. Okay, so just going in with, I guess, shade 4, this guy. I always try and do an inner corner highlight when I'm doing palette reviews because inner corner highlights almost never stay on me. So if they do, it's a really good sign for a palette. And I think I just want to do a tiny little dab in the middle of my eye as well, just to put a wee bit more dimension in. So like a very, very, very subtle, almost barely visible difference, but that's fine by me. So this is the finished look. It is now 10 o'clock, so I will do check-ins and we'll see how these all hold up. I can already tell you that I love the highlighter because I've used it a couple of times, but the eyes, I'm loving how they've turned out. If they stay like this, I'll be super happy. And yeah, concealer, it's done a nice job. If it stays, again, I'll be super happy, but I'm not 100% convinced by the applicator. But you guys can make your own minds up about that. So I'll be back in a bit. Hi guys, so just wanted to stop in for a quick check-in. It is, can we see this? Just about 3:05. So let's zoom in. Yeah, really quick check-in so I can go back to Flynn. So the eyeshadow is holding up nice, the inner corner highlight is still there, cheek highlight is still there, concealer's still there. So pretty good. I'm just going to powder a little bit just because, you know, I like looking matte. And I'll be back later and maybe there'll be more developments. Hopefully not. I'd quite like it to stay looking perfect all day. That would be the ideal. I'm off to play with the puppy. Right, so I am back for the final check-in. It is 11:45. So I've had this makeup on for actually almost 14 hours now, which is a fairly long wear test, let's be honest. So let's zoom in. The eyes, I'm still pretty happy with, to be honest with you. I've still got a little bit of the inner corner highlight. I've still got pretty clear colour on most of the eye area. It's a tiny bit worn off in the inner corner here, but nothing overly drastic. I was out in a lot of wind and rain today, so to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting it to look as good as it looks just now, given what it had to stand up to. Highlight, we're still there, both sides. And concealer, I'd say the coverage has lasted pretty well. It is breaking up a little bit, but then all my foundations and concealers do that because I am an oily skinned person. And again, like I said, was out in the wind and rain today, so there's that. So overall, I actually really like this collection. I particularly, and you might disagree with me on this, I particularly like that it's a collection for Valentine's Day that isn't centred around lip products. Because, you know, Valentine's Day, some people go out for dinner, lipstick's going to get messed up. You're probably going to get a kiss or two if you've got a Valentine. And you don't really want that going everywhere. So I quite like that this has been like a skin and an eye centred Valentine's themed collection. I think that's probably the products that I think work best for dates. You know, don't go on a date with a really dark lip that's gonna like smear everywhere. But yeah, so the eyeshadows, I actually think these are really nice. The price I think is pretty reasonable. Yeah, the shadows themselves are a bit smaller than the Colourpop ones, but when do you ever go through an entire eyeshadow palette anyway? Like, I can't remember the last time I actually finished an eyeshadow palette or came close to it, so maybe not the worst thing that they are this more usable friendly size. The concealer, I like it. I will probably use it. I really don't know about that applicator. I might find myself like dipping a brush into it, because I'm just not convinced. It's just not soft enough. Like, it's like it doesn't, it only flexes at one point, so it's not like the applicator itself actually can flex into your skin. Like, I don't know. And then wobbling like that, that's all that came off. So, product, good. Applicator, no. So last and definitely not least, because there's a whopping 10 grams of product in it, is the highlighter. Now, as I said, I couldn't even keep my hands off this to not use it until I was filming this video, so I think we all know that this is a definite love this guy. So, all in, I really like this collection. I really like the products in it. It's firmly in the good buy category, with the exception of the applicator and the concealer, but at the end of the day it did get it onto my face, so, you know, and I always blend it out with my brush anyway. I would never blend it out with the applicator that's actually, you know, in the packaging. So, if you get any questions about this, leave them down below. And if you've got any requests, leave those down as well, because it's always cool to know what you guys would want to see. And I will see you later. I am so going to my bed now. Bye.